Now, we are hearing that there's a major fire outbreak with traders at the Suame Post Office Market in the Ashanti region. They are counting their losses after a late-night fire destroyed over 100 shops. The inferno reportedly started in the wee hours of Tuesday and tore through the market, raising properties and various items sold at the market, which could run into millions of cedis. My colleagues in the Ashanti region are there on grounds, and Nanaya Ojima is there, and we can hear from him now.
In the Ashanti region, and he's leading the men on the ground here to help completely douse the inferno that engulfed the Suame Post Office Market yesterday. As you can see, almost all shops within this enclave or this market is destroyed. According to the fire officer, they've counted about 120 stores which are completely destroyed. The only thing left standing is the frontage of the market. These are shops that have been newly constructed in front of the market, the main post office market. That is the only place that is standing now. As you can see, a lot of the people who have their wares burnt, or the shop owners, are here trying to salvage a few of the things they can. They are counting their losses. The cause of the fire, as the fire officer said, is not known yet. It's unclear what actually caused the fire, but what we've been able to establish is that it started somewhere around midnight, Tuesday evening, before midnight. Late in the night it started, and the cause of the fire, as he said, is unknown yet. Now, during the firefighting, as he said, there were lots of gas cylinders and ovens that kept blasting, escalating the fire. But the fire service, after about 2-3 hours, were able to douse the flame. This is what we have left now. You can see some smoke still emanating. There are some pockets of fire in here. And as you can see, the fire service, the men are still on the grounds, and they are doing their possible best to completely douse the flame, as it was said by the fire officer. Also, officials of the National Disaster Management Organization are also on the grounds trying to assess the extent of damage. Now, they are trying to prevent a lot of these people who are there from entering the market. Now, let's talk to some of the people who have some of their wares destroyed. Where they are, and some of Kafra. Senior density and say, show my shops are heavy. Now, I'm saying I'm not saying incident.
And I agree. Say the moment you can buy it, say and I agree. And I do better 10, 30, 11 more on the janitor. See, I don't for you. I do not move for Abahane. Fire service for my idea. My nena. About for so abua. Until nema the be fire ni so. Conforme a marche, after the Japanese cabby. But the radius say, young Quanda Sukutae.
But your idea now, Tom, Hannah, how dare say?
Air condition pass a high me who see. A man for Nemashi, papa. A man for whom are some woman is so. Ti Radina and a job shading. That will be actually be our own share name. Right. See the fire service for us and not move. Any other phone up what phone in us. The most of mobile in us, there will be us. Now go on kind of not shading.
Thank you very much. These are words of encouragement from one of the people who have their things lost. He sells air conditioning parts, and almost everything in his shop has been completely burnt down. He got here this morning, as he said, the cause of fire remains unknown, but they are taking consolation from the fact that they still have their lives and they are ready to work and ensure that they have all the things that they've lost back. Let's talk to some others who also have their goods that were destroyed by the fire here. Sir, Kafra, now I didn't also tell her.
Oh, me brand in Bijan, and I do not see your frame in Bijan, say a bit by near free, but all the same near Monday Ashi, and Timpapone they teach.
So he came with the man who has some of the wares in his shop missing, and he says that he came here to he came here to sympathize and also help him salvage a few of the wares that he'll be able to salvage. Now, a lot of things have been destroyed, food stuff, other wares. Earlier, I saw some vehicle engines being carried away from this market. This area is very close to the Suame magazine, directly opposite the Suame magazine. So some of the people who trade at Suame magazine have their wares stock in here. They use this place as their wholesale. So they leave some of the wares here, and as and when they need them, they come and pick them. So it's a market that do not sell just one good. There's a number of goods sold in here. I can see some trunks for students also bent here, some calabash and other stuff, foodstuffs, as I said earlier, among other things, all stocked in here. These things have been bent completely into ashes. I have some of the people who have their wares in here, and as you can see, there are also some people here trying to salvage the aluminium, wares that have been destroyed here. They call them. They are here to take some of these things away. But as you can see, the fire service is preventing them from picking up anything from here. They say they are still trying to investigate and find the cause of the fire. Now, the information that the fire service have given us is that they found it very difficult dousing the flame because they didn't have access to the market. So they had to join their holes before they can get access to the fire to douse the flame. So as you can see, the people who sell here continue to salvage some of their wares within the market. Let's talk to more victims of the fire in here. Mame, also niama say na.
Me niama say na me sister na niama wa ha me ba be hwehwe me ti ni fie. Ani sem di mi nka ma ba ha so de ha na nyina ye didwa. Ti ati ye na say wo say ye ba. Na ye be hu ye nuanom a wo ho aka. No anti ne ne nam ha. Bi se se de titi no ye hu ni se be ye kesi sei. Ah de na ti mi aye kesi sa no. Yes,
so she has a sister who trades in here, and she came to sympathize with that sister. This is an eyewitness. Let me talk to her. Oba, she's saying is that they were here when the fire was still on, the fire was still raging, and they realized that a lot of things were being destroyed, and there were some people who had their gas cylinders in here, and it continued to explode. And whenever the explosion came, because they were women and they couldn't help douse it, they had to run away. Now let me talk to one of the victims here. Madam, they are not on.
Baby, I told me a seamstress.
Seamstress, say, "Open my door." Oh, I don't know. Now, but I don't know here.
Yeah, dear, me and Casaman shut down pontem. To me, poor yam, a cool few quiet in Yemen, say, Sister Baquam, then also palm uniforms. I was a young one, and I had much, and I born night. It's me machine made the coffee, and I made the banner will be beside, and a machine I won't find Trafaco. I'm so be machine, a jack on phones, so a higher will fear, or be farmer. And I'm say about 90 dear, made the baby swear, and just a bar, me found could be. It's in Namuna Mete say, yeah, bomb, dear, bomb, the minimum sacrum for. Miss Leia, yes, you drum horse you. Now, me fast for baby, I may be a drama for 4 manches. Now, I'm a quarter, I'm sacrifice for instance, bedroom, land so dear. Now, me come my may you attempt to bear me, and sir. Now, man, see, I knew I know a pata 3 or 4. Sister, be a wire on the toy line in my age. And I'm a man, boys in a boy, many a boost on immune when I'm a chain in your man in the machine, you know, quite bonting. It's within 5 minutes, dear. Nejana to my baby can fire service for a boy. I had a whole by said by answer. And I fear me near what I so no. One coordinator said by ankle. It's a Janet she could say, sir, wouldn't say yanty. We're here story building, yeah. I was a POP, no, my channel honor. Nina, can let me catch on so moon see from. I'm on more gas, say, well, when you know, one more chamber for my money, Amaka Cradian. Or much about it, some about 2 years, I'm a near one.
Obi machine are there, you man, and no say, no, so I
never fashion to Sabaya memoir, the 1 year memoir, as I said, the jam, a jam honey, man, you know, will be a 4p. Kakra, to me fire, a jacket canning, now, to me fine your street.
So, this young lady here is a seamstress. she works within one of the affected shops in here, and she says that she has somebody's machine or sewing machine which she used for her work. Now, this machine that she used is something that she, had to cut home every day. But last night they decided to work throughout the night, so she had to go home, try to put her things in order before she comes back into the market. Unfortunately, everything within that particular shop is destroyed, completely destroyed by the fire. We have another gentleman here. He's one of the affected people. Let's talk to him and get to find out how exactly he was also affected. Papa, now never been asked.
Me for no. Ya na ji hose e wa say. Ya de ye na ma de bai abegum. Enti me na ma wa say no e ye engines ne absorbers. Ni nya ahye.
Engine no a car vehicle engine because earlier who said Hyundai engines be Toyota engines any other ni nya ahye.
Toyota ya Highland engine. Any Hyundai Matis. Enti man doso. Engines de me kan na wa say Toyota Hyundai Opel ni abu ni nya ahye. Mbedi nya ahye ba ko kura no wa me fan bibia.
Sika na ka ko be say.
Ma doso sika kura me loan ko ko de be 1.5 billion na me ko jini na ya kura. Me ko fa na ma no. And I talk crying in Yashi 1.5 billion. I had in Yashi, Motoba crowd for last week from go, Motoba crying in Yashi.
What's in a shame for? So he deals in vehicle engines. He says he contracted a loan of 150,000 for his business, and today everything that he used the loan to buy has been destroyed by the fire. Everything in the shop have been destroyed by the fire. As you can see, some people are shedding tears. They also have their stuff in there all destroyed. Let's try to talk to this woman who is very emotional now. Mami, Kafra. I didn't know what on her.
Me pa cho ya pama de wa ha sei. Me sister ne pama de oba won timi ngina ha kura woko. Ni no ma nyina hye ya mfa de ba ko. Na fidie nsu ni nyina se na fidie le si hwe yo. Wonya bia donfo. Nkrofo no ama asai. Mo hwedan we mu a. Mo hwedan we ni nyina hye. Ye hu de ya ho won timi ngina wa kula se de no ko. Akaye.
So they tell me their sister sells within this, or she's a seamstress within this shop. And as I said earlier, this market has people selling different wares, trading, and even seamstress and other people all in this market. And it's not a market that has one particular thing being sold. Almost everything. As you can see, this shop stocks drinks. So you can see some of the drinks destroyed by the fire completely in here. So let's try get to where they have this vehicle engine shop, which has also been destroyed completely by this fire. Eja, so we are trying to get to the vehicle parts, trying to see the engines and how bad they look. So as I said, this is the Suame Post Office Market, and last night fire swept through this market. A lot of things within the market, almost everything, every shop in the market has been have been destroyed. And some of them, they sell a variety of goods within this area, including vehicle parts, since it's so close to Suame magazine. So this is the situation here. We'll try get more and update you as and when we get details of the fire. My name is Nanaya Ojima.
Suame, where a fire that happened yesterday night has burnt over 100 shops. We understand that an excess of millions of Ghana cedis worth of wares have been destroyed in that process.
Nico, and, we are off air. We are off air, Tibra.
We understand that
hello?
The Ghana National Fire Service have gone to the place, have made attempts to douse the fire, and they have also been able to contain the fire to a very large extent. And as for the traders in the area, they are now counting their losses, with some making reference to the fact that they've lost engines, car engines, which they were selling, bent, and a number of textiles have also been lost in the process. Over 100 shops. The cause of the fire is not yet known, but is the second major fire outbreak in the Ashanti region. Second major fire outbreak in the Ashanti region, and it's extremely worrying at the moment. We expect the authorities will move in and try and get into the bottom of this matter, and these traders will get necessary support, and we'll see how best we can try and contain this. We'd love to hear from you on this very developing incident. You can send your messages, and hopefully we'll get to engage you also on phone to see how best we can deal with the rampant fire outbreaks in our market. Accra has had its share of this fire outbreak, and now you could see now Kumasi is recording the second fire outbreak, and over 100 shops have been affected in that regard. Very, very unfortunate development over there in Kumasi, and my colleague Nanaya Ojima has been bringing us that update. And not sure if you can see on your screens, but you see some of the engines that have been bent because of that fire outbreak. That is a major, major, major loss to the traders in the area. And you heard from some eyewitnesses also who were telling us what they believe was the cause of the fire, but the authorities are yet to confirm the main cause of the fire. Nonetheless, clearly the traders are happy about what has happened so far. You're still watching Prime Morning here on the Joy Prime channel with me, Razak Musbao, and we've seen some of your comments also coming through on Facebook and our WhatsApp line. We'll get to share some of them with you, because we need to find a way to deal with these recent fire outbreaks that has been happening in the country. And some of you have also been commenting on our Facebook page about this development. I will be sharing that with you, but you could see on the faces of the traders devastation as far as this very issue is concerned. So hopefully we'll get more updates on it and share with you. We'll understand that we just might be able to open the phone lines and get your quick reaction to this. We just might be able to do that. We'll see if we're able to do that and get your quick reaction to this. What do you think that we need to do? Because it's becoming one too many. It's becoming one too many as far as the fire outbreaks are concerned. It's becoming one too many. So we'll love to hear from you what you make of this very incident and what you think can be done to try and nip this in the bud. And if you could see the visuals on your screen, although the fire has been doused, there are still some shops that are still burning. A few, it's still smoke coming out of some of the shops. And you can see that's the shop where the engines are sold. And that clearly is what I was referring to as a major, major, major loss. This is a major loss to the trader. And hopefully the government can step in and offer some support for him to get back to his feet. You can see there's still smoke coming out of some of the shops. You can tell it means that for some of the shops, although the fire has been contained, it's not been completely contained. And you could tell that for most of the shops on that lane, they deal in, in engines, car engines. They deal in car engines and car wares. You could tell that. And they become victims of this major fire outbreak. This is a major loss. It's a major loss, one that is going to take some time for them to recover. For a number of these traders, some of them even go for the goose on credit and hoping to sell it and then go, pay off their debts. And some of them even have gone for loans from banks to try and get some money and then, repay the loans. So some of these incidents are a major loss to them. And you still see the visuals on your screen where the area where the car engines are sold and the impact on some of the fires there. They're trying to salvage what they can, you could tell, but you could see some of the engines have been bent very extensively. And, but they are trying to salvage what they can. If you're joining us, these are live pictures from Suame Market, where a fire outbreak which occurred yesterday evening has left over 100 shops bent down, And you can see some traders are still trying to salvage what they can from the market. Some of them could not salvage anything at all, and they've been left in complete disarray at the moment. So we are trying to reach the Ghana National Fire Service headquarters here in Accra and get some latest update from them on what they know about this fire, so we can understand exactly what caused it and find some sustainable solutions to these fire incidents. Here at Multimedia, we've had an extensive conversation about fire outbreaks in our market. We've held a national dialogue and all of that. And these are some tires, and you could tell that fortunately these tires were not affected, because if they had been torched, you can imagine that the fire definitely would have escalated. But fortunately, maybe the fire service managed to douse the fire before it even got to that extent. So fortunately, you could tell that fire was contained to some extent. But there's some portions also where smoke is happening. Well, I understand we have Kelvin calling us from Suame. Kelvin.
Yeah. The location is in Suame. Here we have two main markets. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So in Suame, we have two main markets here.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is not Suame Market. This is Suame Post Office Market.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you can change the
So this is Suame Post Office Market, right?
Post Office Market. Yes. Okay. This is the Suame main market.
Okay, but what do you know about the Suame Post Office Market?
Oh, I don't actually know anything about that, but my auntie has a shop there, so we just woke up in the morning and heard that everything is spent.
What does your auntie sell, though?
Oh, I've not contacted her yet. She just left to go and take a look at what has happened, but I'm not there yet. So I just tuned in to very prime, and then I saw that.
Okay.
It is being broadcasting.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So, so that is Suame Post Office Market. Suame Post Office Market is one of the markets in Suame. We understand there is a main market and there is the Post Office Market, and the Post Office Market is what has been bent down. And so if you are in and around Kumasi, you're familiar with this market, and you want to join the conversation, or you also want to join the conversation on, the cost, what is causing some of these things, and what you think government can do, what do you think market women can do to try and contain these issues. You can join the conversation right now. And all right, well, we are still speaking to some eyewitnesses now, so let's get back to the ground.
Yeah, last week, Scale could you buy it? One of the 1.5 year going. Scaling now, you're talking about Kokura and Nashi. See, you know, the abandonation is a Baba Quemwa. And Yamakwa, Jumana, you see, Yamwa. Ghana's embassy, and one of Coffee, Robo, Kawasams are one of wow. To the one raja, Scannerson, why somewhere, and the crowd, you be the crowd bedding. Go see, no more, you know, what they're heading. The same day, where you say that I share you, the Australian, if you just say, you to tune to condemn. this is to condemn. I say, Inji, Ijaka, I say, Ainana, a year woman, can't shout in Ijaka, intimate any beam. What I say, it's a little bit of be assessed, and this is to now turn condemn. You might be there.
So all that he is saying is that whatever you see them bringing out here, it's of no use. Now they'll have to sell it out for other people who will not buy it as much as they expect to get from their goods. They'll have to use it for as condemned. If there are some parts they can take it out, these people will take them out and the others will be let go. So this is one of the affected shops within the enclave. He says he spent over 150,000 cedis importing all these engines. You see them bent. There's another shop which also stocks engines, and the shop is also completely destroyed by the fire. As you can see, this place is very close to the Suame Magazine enclave, and the issue is that a lot of the people with shops at the magazine enclave have warehouses here where they stock their things. So if you come to the shop and they are unable to get you the exact good that you need, they come in here and try to get it for you. So these are warehouses lined up on this line, and they all stock engines and other vehicle parts. Let me try to speak to this man. He's one of the people who have their wares destroyed. Let's try get a few words from him. Ofa, nese arehosem panes, ne not anything.
Enra me wo fear anajo. Be 12 o'clock. And I'm in your course. After that course, not started about any part about community and son. So, baby, I'm in my good no ash. In fact, me am shame. And I'm if you chronom to the bed 10 minutes, Nama drew her. Me drew her and pa me by me who say Jadda Hanuma to say fire service for nobody.
So that's my colleague Nanaya Jima. He's still speaking to some of the traders whose wares and whose shops have been affected. But we have on the line now Mr. Peter Adai. He is the PRO of the Ghana National Fire Service in the Ashanti region. He joins me on phone. Peter, thank you very much for joining us briefly. Are you familiar with this very fire incident, and what can you tell us about what the impact has been in that market?
Good morning to you and to your viewers, and thank you for having me. Last night at about 11:46 p.m., we had a distress call reporting a fire outbreak at Suame Post Office. There's a market behind the post office. So we quickly had to dispatch our fire tender at Jeremiah Station to attend there. When the fire went high, so they called assistance. We sent in main staff and regional headquarters application part and Ponting had to end in the handle fire. So together fire and responding fire. There were no, but the fire about
Peter, your line seems to be breaking. If you can just position yourself well for us, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better.
So the fire affected about 192 sheds and 25 out of 44 shops. There were no casualties. But as we speak, we are doing overhauling and salvaging. So the fire was brought under control around 2:06 a.m. this morning.
I mean, do you know the nature of items that were being sold at the market?
The market is such that they sell almost everything there. I mean, including food stuff and spare parts. So you have portion market dealing stuff, some dealing this shoe, they are guys, they are best sell spare parts. So it's like mixed up a lot of things.
But I mean, just tell us, do you have an idea of what could have caused the fire outbreak as of this point?
At this point, I can't not really say exactly what caused it. We are getting a lot of conflicting reports on what might have started the fire. So we'll have to investigate to know exactly what brought the fire before we can.
But I mean, this is probably the second major fire outbreak in the region. And I mean, it is worrying. It is extremely worrying. How concerned is the Ghana National Fire Service about some of these outbreaks?
In fact, the management of the fire service is very, very concerned about these kind of fights. Right headquarters to a very the fire service, we are very, very concerned. That is why the management at the headquarters level put in place a number of interventions, including patrols within all the markets and enhanced educational campaigns within the market. So these very markets that we are talking about, if you ask them, they will confess that we've been coming there on regular basis to educate them. On regular basis. And when we go, we talk about a number of things that can cause fire and can also ensure the spread of fire, like keeping cylinders within the market and the like. This fire, in actual fact, when we went there, we saw a lot of cylinders within the market, a lot of cylinders. And some of these things pose a danger to the firefighter and to the users of the market as well, because it can explode and cause injury or death, and can also ensure the spread of fire within the shortest possible time. And so, in fact, we go around, we do this education, we go around, we also, how do we call it? We do surveillance within the market. So we are concerned. We are very concerned about it.
I mean, really interesting. But are there any immediate measures you are going to put in place, to at least contain this issue?
Okay, so like I said, as we speak, we have the team there. The regional fire commander is on the ground as the incident commander, ensuring that we're able to tally fire. And from there, we will engage the authority to see it.
I mean, sometimes when these fires happen, some of the market women will want to quickly, return, to work. They just want to get their things in order and return to work. What arrangement have you made? In fact, are they able to do that, or what time frame is there till they return to work?
We will recommend that we should take our time in rebuilding the market. In fact, we've always advised the assemblies, who are mostly the owners of the market, to invest into putting up proper market, planned market, that will ensure that there are early detection and warning systems, that will ensure that there are first aid firefighting equipment in place, that will ensure that there are accesses within the market. So we almost always advise the assemblies, who are the owners of the market, to ensure that they put in place some of these things. But I mean, like you said, most often than not, you see that right after the fire, people will move in to rebuild the market, which doesn't actually help. So we advise that we should all take our time and ensure that we put in the right things so that some of these things will not happen in the future.
Just finally, before I let you go, though, we are just seeing an aerial shot of the market. How challenging was it for you to access the place and even douse the fire? Because it looks like it was quite a packed market in a very small area.
Very, very packed in a small area, like you rightly put it. There are no access within the market. So you have some very far extent length to access area that are on fire. So it was actually strange. It was very, but we had do what.
All right, Mr. Peter Adai, thank you very much for your time, and we hope that we can try as much as possible to prevent this from happening. Thank you very much, and all the best to you and your team. And that's Peter Adai. He's the PRO of the Ghana National Fire Service in the Ashanti region.